Hello, I'm FirePug. If you guys are new, first of all, welcome to my channel. Secondly, if you want more Apex Legends content like this on your YouTube feed, make sure to subscribe. It's totally free to you and helps me out a ton. I really do appreciate every single subscription. Now, I apologize. Normally I do a face cam with this video. However, my face cam is broken along with the top half of my laptop I normally record on, and I have not bought a face cam yet, and I probably never will. So we're going to do the season tier list. We got season 1 all the way up until they started naming them fancy stuff till Saviors, our current season, season 13. And we're going to go through them all. I'm going to talk briefly about it. If I talked forever, this would be like a half-hour long video, so we don't want to do that because that'd be super boring. No one would watch it. Alright, we're going to start off right away with season 1. I'm just going to go in chronological order. I'm going to throw season 1 in S tier. Now I gotta explain my own history a little bit here. I started playing the game at the end of season 1 and the beginning of season 2, and I knew the game existed since launch. I just didn't really get into it. I had a younger brother get into it right away, and he finally got me hooked when the season 2 launch trailer actually dropped. I saw that launch trailer, flyers, the dragons coming onto the map. That was just such a hype launch trailer for me, and I was like, I just have to try this out. So season 1, I did play just at the very end of it. It was just very reminiscent of these times, and Octane was our legend back in Season 1, super fun ad. Havoc was basically the Season 1 gun, however they released that kind of weird. It wasn't technically the Season 1 weapon they added. I mean, as far as meta goes, like, who cared? Like, the game was just super fun to play back then, and that's S tier because that's the way it is. Season 2, I'm also putting in S tier. Season 2 is going to be my favorite season overall. Again, I told you the trailers were super hyped. They also introduced Ranked with this season. Watson was our legend. The L-Star got added as a care package weapon, which I thought was super awesome. Also being a Titanfall 2 player, super fun to have that be added. We had some cool events like Iron Crown and Voidwalker. We also got Bloodhound's Heirloom, which was absolutely awesome. I was a Bloodhound main, however, did not buy that event because why would I? And overall, very solid season. And in terms of meta between the legends and the weapons, I mean this was some of the best times. I'm going to talk about this throughout, but there's sort of been, in my opinion, 3 big phases of Apex Legends, and the first phase of Apex Legends was Season 0 to Season 2, and this is true OG Apex Legends, absolute core Apex Legends, in my personal opinion, the best Apex Legends there is. And starting the next phase is Season 3. I'm going to put Season 3 at A tier. Most people would say Season 3 is the best season of Apex Legends. I'm going to disagree with that. They added Crypto, the Charge Rifle, and of course the beloved World's Edge, which is probably one of the more favorited maps nowadays. World's Edge was also super awesome to play back then, and it was a big debate whether World's Edge or King's Canyon was better. Charge Rifle is super annoying off drop. It's super annoying now. I'm not a fan of that. Crypto was an alright legend. No one really complained about that. He was pretty. It was like he was actually pretty hyped up, but he wasn't that strong, and no one cared. No one really complained as much back then. It was Season 3 was a really fun season. We had lots of events. It was a longer season. I don't remember which other seasons were super long like Season 3. Season 3 they basically added a month to it. It might be the only one actually. And it was just a super fun season. We got a whole bunch of new LTMs, a whole lot of content. It's a high A tier. This is the best A tier season. I'm not going to put it in S tier though. I don't like the Charge Rifle. Next is Season 4. Season 4 I'm going to put in B tier. Revenant, this was actually the 1 year anniversary of Apex Legends. Revenant was our legend. He was super hyped up. He dropped and he was super weak, and then they had to buff him, and there was a whole bunch of buffing and nerfing until they finally found a good spot for Revenant. But it was a very hyped season. I think it did live up to the hype. We got the Old Ways event in there. For a weapon, we got the Sentinel, which I thought was, alright. We got the System Override Collection event, which was the first time we saw Evo Shields. Just so you guys know, Evo Shields was not originally a thing. Also, this is when we finally saw Heirloom Shards that got introduced with Octane's Heirloom. We could not purchase a specific heirloom back in the day. You were given one randomly. So that was pretty interesting, and of course they changed that in Season 4. Overall, a very solid B tier season. There could have been a little bit more content for, like, We just got done with season 3. Season 3 was awesome. Season 4 felt like a letdown to a lot of people. I'm going to disagree with that. Season 4 was an overall pretty good season. Next, we have season 5. Season 5, I'm going to put in A tier. Some people would say season 5 is a little worse than season 4 and they'd put in C tier or maybe B tier with season 4. However, the quests in season 5, we've only gotten quests in season 5 and they were awesome. People love them. However, they have switched the comics, and comics, okay, some people are going to disagree with this. Comics I think are boring and I completely stopped reading them and I stopped caring. Season 5 they did little comic type things. It was just dialogue you would read, and then you could do the quests along with it, sort of PvP, PvE stuff, and it was super fun. You could even do it as a squad in some cases, and I thought that was awesome. We got Loba in that season. Loba was an alright add to the game. There was no weapon with that season, however, we got the Lost Treasures Collection event. This was the first time we saw mobile respawn beacons, another thing that was kind of is a big deal now. We got Crypto's map room, Mirage's heirloom. There was a couple summer sales because this was ran from May to August, basically the same time frame we're in now with season 13. Overall, a pretty good season, and I'm a big fan of those quests, and I wish they'd bring them back, and that's why I'm putting season 5 next to season 3. However, I think season 3 is a little bit better of a season. Season 6. Um, Season 6 is going to go in D tier. Season 6 launched, and the meta was just bad. Like, it was just not fun to play. Rampart, I don't think was a character we need in Apex Legends. I still think that now. Sure, it was fun. We got the Volt in this season, which it took a while to get balanced, and it's definitely one of the best SMGs still. We got the Aftermarket Collection event. I think we saw Evo Armor again with that one. This was sort of during the fall, so we got a cool Halloween event. We got the September Soiree. That was pretty cool. I think we saw crafting during this season. Overall, it was a pretty mid-season, to be honest. There wasn't a whole lot going on. We had the one solid collection event. We added crossplay in this season, which is probably the only thing that's keeping it. That was a really big deal. We've been waiting a long time. Game's been out for a year and a half. Come on, let's get together. So, I mean, I could put this in F tier. I mean, I'm not going to. Nothing's going to go in E tier. Season 6, very, very mid. The worst season yet out of all of these, which is probably why I'm giving it so much hate. Season 7, I'm going to put in A tier. I think it's the worst A tier season, but it's going to be A tier. Season 7, of course, we got a Horizon with no legend. There was a couple events going on. There was a Holiday Bash. This was a little bit during the winter, the first half of the winter seasons in North America. We got the Fight Night Collection event. This is where we finally got Gibraltar's Heirloom and Pathfinder's Town Takeover. Season 7 was just overall a pretty solid season. I think we got Olympus this season. So between the big new map and Horizon and a solid Christmas event and Fight Night with Pathfinder stuff, it was just a really good season. So I'm going to put it at A tier. Then we have Season 8. Season 8, it was really mid. Like the middest season of them all. We got Fuse in the 3030. We had a cool anniversary event, Chaos Theory Collection event, which is where we got the Caustic Town Takeover and Banglar's Heirloom War Games thematic event, which is I think where we saw heat shields in that. Those events were all pretty fine. Thematic event was pretty much all cosmetic stuff, and overall it's just was an average season, and that's why it's C tier. Now we have an empty F tier spot. I could almost put season 6 in F tier, but I'm not. Season 9 was Leagacy. Leagacy I'm going to put right next to season 4 actually. It was a good season, just straight up good season. We got Valkyrie, the Bocek bow. Bocek, another one of my least favorite weapons, right next to the charge rifle. We got arenas. We got the ALGS was going on during this season. Genesis Collection event with Revenant's Heirloom. Thrill Seekers thematic event where they added Overflow as an arenas map, which was all pretty good, pretty solid stuff. The Battle Pass and the ranked and stuff was all pretty cool. The arenas with the big outstanding thing here in this season. And Valkyrie was a pretty solid legend. Honestly, super annoying, but this was a good season, straight up good season. Now we have Emergence Season 10. We have Escape Season 11. We have Defiant Season 12. And Saviors Season 13. I don't know if I want to put this one F or D. It's going in F. With Saviors being the best of the four. And I talked about the phases earlier with the first phase being 0 to 2, and then the second one starting at 3. Well, the second phase of Apex Legends died with the end of Legacy, and we began a new phase of Apex Legends, in my opinion, with Emergence. After Emergence and onwards, I think things got pretty stale pretty fast. With Emergence, we got Seer in the Rampage LMG. Not a fan of either of those ads. We had some pretty decent events. We got Revolution Collection event, which was Rampart's Heirloom and Rampart's Town Takeover. We got the Monsters Within thematic event, which was just some skins, really. Weapons and meta were just fine. However, we got the one collection event and then skins in the other event. Honestly, it was a pretty boring season. Escape, we got Ash in the car SMG. Not too bad ads either way. However, again, we got one collection event with the Watson Heirloom and then one thematic event with skins, which added an arenas map. Who cares? And overall, pretty boring season. Season 12, Defiance, we got Mad Maggie, no new weapon. We got one collection event. Or scratch that, we got two collection events. The anniversary event with Bangler's or Bloodhound's Prestige skin, no heirloom with that one. And then the Warriors collection event, which actually featured an heirloom, Crypto's heirloom. And then we had the Unshackled thematic event, which was just skins. Honestly, other than that, pretty boring season. With Season 13, we got Newcastle, new weapon. This is the one we're currently in. We have the Awakening Collection event, the Gadian thematic event on its way soon, which is going to be just skins. Pretty boring season. We fell into quite a repeating, and I mentioned this in my most recent video, repeating theme of throwing a collection event, give an heirloom, maybe a town takeover, then give a thematic event, which is a whole bunch of skins, and then move on to the next season. Basically, Season 10 to Season 13, in my eyes, have been a giant year-long season with occasional, changes, adding a new legend every few months. Season 10 Emergence started on August 3rd. Season 13 is set to end, I think, on August 9th. So that basically makes it one full year of straight up boring Apex Legends with no new LTM, only getting control, a collection event and a thematic event every season. Just very stale, repetitive. It doesn't feel like nothing really changes between each season. Like it's just repetitive. It's the same old format for all four of these seasons. I'm not a fan of it, and I hate it, and it makes the game feel like it's dead and boring. So all these are going in F tier. Horrible, boring seasons. Season 13 could go in D tier because ranked has actually been greatly improved. But other than that, I mean, Defiance had the anniversary collection event, so that could also go up there, but not a fan of these seasons. And I'm hoping Season 14 will actually bring something somewhat decently new. Maybe we could actually get a new LTM other than Control for these 4 seasons straight, a whole year only playing Control. Ooh, you get Control for the beginning of the season and then nothing else afterwards. We kind of want more than that. We kind of deserve more than that, especially since these other seasons have, this is a full year of Apex Legends with one LTM. 2 years of Apex Legends had like a dozen different LTMs spread across it. So it's really unfortunate that that's the way it is, but hopefully Season 14 we see some big changes and some more content added to Apex Legends. Anyways, let me know what you think of this tier list down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you later.